Hello friends, I am Jyoti Kumari. Today discuss about validation and verification. This is the topic of SAT, full form of SAT, System Analysis Design. So let's start. Define validation. It is a process of evaluating a system or component during and act at the end of the development process to determine whether it satisfied the specific requirement. Second point, validation techniques are primarily based on product testing. Then third point, system testing can be considered as a validation stage where it determines whether the fully developed code is as per requirement specification. Then fourth point, validation requires the execution of the software. Then fifth point, validation is carried out towards the end of the development process to determine whether the right product has been developed. Then sixth point, apply toward the end of the development process. Then seventh point, carried out by a testing team. Then eighth point, done after verification. Then different types of validation. Range checks. Range checks is a checks that a value falls within the specific range. For example, number of hours worked must be less than 50 and more than 0. Then second, length checks. A length checks a data input containing a certain number of characters in a specified range. For example, a password that needs to be 6 letters long. Then types checks. A type checks if the data input is a certain type, for example, a string or integer. Then format checks or pattern matching validation. Pattern matching validation is used to check whether or not data entered by a user follows a present pattern. Then a present check or required validation check digit character check drop down box. Then define verification. It is the process of evaluating a system or components to determine the products of a development that satisfied a condition imposed at the start of the phases. Then second point, the primary technique for verification include review, simulation, problem verifications, and meeting are usually considered informal verification technique. Formal verification uses theorem proving techniques or automated tools such as a model checkers. Then third point, unique and integration technique can be considered as the verification stage where it is verified whether the code is as per the module and module interface specification. Then sixth point, verification does not require execution of the software. Then fifth point, verification steps are to determine whether the steps in product development are being carried out all right. Then sixth point, applied during development phases. Then seventh point, carried out by the internal priorities assigned assessment team. Then eighth point, done before validation. Then different types of verification check. Double entering screen like a visual. Then a priority checks, checksums, couplings, and cohesion. I define types of coupling and cohesion. So types of coupling are data couplings, stamp coupling, control coupling, external couplings, message coupling, common coupling, and content coupling. Then types of cohesion: functionality cohesions, sequential cohesion, then communicational cohesions, and then procedural cohesions, temporal cohesions, logical cohesion, and last coincidental cohesion. Thank you.